at Northern Arizona University for the past 10 years, or maybe even a few more, we have been highly focused on retention and seeing steady retention gains each year, but we're also seeing that the rate of growth has slowed a little bit, and so that's created an opportunity for us to think differently about what we might implement, and really creates a need for us to be more precise about how we deploy strategies and tactics to increase that rate. We became really focused on milestones that a student might cross and helping them cross those milestones, and in some ways we became very oriented towards transactional type things that might happen across the semester. Civitas has taught us more about thinking about theory and thinking about student motivation and thinking about what makes a student thrive, and so we've done some nudges around student belonging and student mattering, and not just showing them resources, because we've done a lot of that, but really telling them how much they matter to us and how much being a part of a community will matter to them and help them be successful at our university. So we deployed a nudge to students who actually looked like they were doing just fine. The idea was to really base those nudges on groups of students at different persistence levels. And what we found really quickly, just based on conversation with all the folks involved in sending those nudges, was that if we layered in different variables or different populations and thought through those nudges, they were more authentic. And we were also trying to really be authentic about what's a community look like for someone who's in their 30s online compared to a traditional 18-year-old student. So that's an example of how we were layering on top of the persistence prediction scores that Civitas provided, and really spoke to, I think, different groups of staff who would normally do those kinds of outreach. And we saw really great student response, many students just replying back to their advisors who sent the email saying, thank you so much. This is, I know, a really small email, but it meant a lot to me. And some students who tacked on questions about how do I use this tool that you sent me a link to, or students saying, hey, I needed to touch base with you anyway because I'm not doing very well in a class. All those are real examples of messages that we got back from students, letting us know that it really does make a difference when we touch base and build relationships.